Welcome to the Online Digital Marketing Podcast. We'll be discussing marketing strategies, trends, and tips that will help your business succeed in the digital age. Every episode, we'll be interviewing industry professionals and providing valuable insights on how to leverage digital tools for maximum engagement and ROI. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date on the latest trends in online marketing.
Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're tackling something really current, building those crucial business assets using AI. Specifically, we're diving headfirst into an 8-step guide. It's designed to help you generate, high-impact content. Think powerful landing pages using tools like ChatGPT. The goal seems pretty clear from the sources. Build your online impact easily. Simple enough, right? But what really jumped out at me wasn't like the AI part itself. It was how much human effort, how much scaffolding is actually needed just to make sure the whole thing works. So our mission today is to show you that AI content generation is, well, it's less about one click and more about a very precise, guided, multi-step process. Iteration is key.
That's exactly it. That's the crucial pivot point here. We need to anchor this right away. AI, even, GPT-4 or maybe GPT-5 down the line, it's the engine. It does the drafting. But your success, that relies entirely on continuous human input, refinement, review. It's constant. Look, if you walk away thinking you can just drop in a vague prompt, hit send, and use that output immediately, you've completely missed the point, the whole philosophy behind these best practices.
Right. Okay, so let's start where the guide starts, the input phase. This is absolutely vital for steering the AI away from, bland, generic stuff towards copy that actually has impact. Step 1 is pretty straightforward. Jump into ChatGPT, your starting point. But then step 2 immediately presents a strategic choice. Explore HubSpot GPT. Why that specific mention? Why leverage a platform-specific model, do you think, instead of just the general LLM?
Well, that's interesting, isn't it? The choice of tool itself is the first strategic filter. Using something like a HubSpot GPT, it gives the AI sort of a head start. It already understands the context of a landing page, things like forms, hero sections, benefit statements. It knows the structure. That probably saves you, 3 or 4 extra rounds of tweaking later, because the first draft is already closer to what you need, structurally aligned.
Ah, okay. So it's like an efficiency hack built right in. Makes sense.
Exactly. But even with the right tool, you still have to provide the direction. That leads us straight into step 3, add context. So many people, I think, treat AI like it can read minds. It can't. If the AI doesn't know who the audience is, their pain points, the product's unique angle, the competition, the copy is just going to be flat, generic.
Yeah, it's like asking a chef for an amazing dinner, but not telling them if it's for a vegan, a kid, or someone with allergies. You'll get food, technically,
but functionally useless. Precisely. Context is what turns an average prompt into a high-impact one. And then, right after that, step 4 focuses on defining the style before the AI even starts writing. CTA and TOV. Choose the style you prefer.
Okay, let's break those down quickly. CTA, call to action. That's the one thing you really want the user to do next. Super important. And TOV, tone of voice. That determines, does this page sound like a pushy salesman? Yeah. Or maybe a trusted expert.
That's exactly right. And guiding that is 100% human. You have to decide that. If you skip defining the CTA and TOV, you might get copy that's, okay, technically correct.
Yeah.
But maybe it asks the user to do the wrong thing. Or maybe the voice just completely repels your target customer.
So context and style, these are the non-negotiables up front. They decide if the AI gives you a starting point you can actually work with or something you just have to throw away.
Pretty much. They determine if it's a refinable draft or a total restart.
Okay, so let's say we've done that. We've provided perfect context, nailed down the style, the AI generated the copy. We have our first draft. Now, this feels like the moment where a lot of people might think, great, job done. But according to this guide, this is where the real work, the required human part, actually kicks in. Let's look at the next steps. These are all about immediate quality control, right?
Yes, and this is where the guy kind of quietly admits that the raw output, no matter how good your prompt was, it just can't be fully trusted straight away. The sources don't just suggest editing, they basically mandate a double-check system right then and there. It treats the AI output as something, highly malleable until you've proven its high impact.
Okay, so what's the first barrier?
Step 5, the dedicated review and edit step, and the instruction is clear. Review and perfect your copy.
Perfect. Not just check.
Not just check. Perfect. This isn't about skimming for typos. It's a command to refine it to a high standard.
And then immediately after that, there's another layer. Step 6.
Yep. Step 6, further scrutiny. The last check, the instruction here is finish the copy, hit send.
Wow. Okay, so 2 mandatory review phases, 5 and 6, before that content goes anywhere. I mean, I get editing, obviously. But 4 distinct stages of refinement, with the first 2 packed so closely together. Does that kind of undermine the whole streamline idea? It feels like the source is admitting the raw output just isn't reliable, so the human role shifts, right, from maybe writer to hypervigilant editor.
That's the tension, isn't it? Right at the heart of this deep dive. The speed boost comes from the AI doing the initial drafting, sure, but the quality assurance, that's where the human time gets redirected. It's a shift in where the effort goes. And we connect this to the bigger theme here. The sources about iteration explicitly say this guide heavily emphasizes iteration and refinement throughout the content generation process. It's not an accident. Several steps are specifically about reviewing, perfecting, polishing. It's baked in. It's the core requirement.
Okay, let's actually count them up then, these layers of required polishing, because it seems critical.
Let's do it. Across the sources, we're seeing 4 distinct mandatory stages of human quality control. It's quite something.
Okay, layer 1, that's step 5, the immediate job of perfecting the draft. The review and edit step to perfect your copy.
Got it. Layer 1, perfect the initial draft.
Then layer 2, that's step 6, the final internal gatekeeper, the required last check before you even think about deploying it.
Right. Layer 2, final internal sign-off, 2 editing phases before it even leaves your draft folder, essentially.
Exactly. What's layer 3?
Layer 3 is more philosophical, maybe? It's the instruction given across the material that goes beyond just this one draft. It tells you to drop a prompt, and then, this is crucial, polish the output to achieve your best learning process.
Okay, so polishing isn't just about fixing this copy.
Exactly. It's also about refining your understanding, your ability to prompt better next time. The act of polishing teaches you what works, what doesn't, how the AI responds. So the refinement is actually key to developing your own skills. That's why it's non-negotiable.
That makes a lot of sense. The AI gives you a starting point, but you need to understand the why behind the changes to get better at guiding it. And what's really striking is that the iteration, it doesn't even stop there once the text is okayed internally. The guide expects, even mandates, refinement after generation. It extends the process even further.
It does. Which brings us to the final steps in this 8-step guide, kind of the deployment phase.
Step 7 is preview your page. Makes sense. You need to see the copy in situ, right? How it looks visually, how it flows with the design.
Yeah.
Is it readable?
Critical step. Text on a page is one thing. Text in a designed layout is another. And then step 8. This, for me, is the ultimate proof of mandatory ongoing iteration. It's edit in HubSpot, refine your page, and edit.
Edit in HubSpot.
Okay.
So after it's already been drafted, perfected, last checked, you're still editing it once it's in the actual platform.
That's what it says. You're expected to refine the page after it's been placed into the content management system. The human responsibility is clear. Refine based on visual context. Maybe even refine based on early performance data once it's live. The process isn't really linear like step 1 then step 2. It's more of a continuous loop. Create, adjust, create, adjust.
Wow. Okay. So looking at the whole thing now, the big takeaway, the philosophy from these sources, seems pretty simple. ChatGPT is a tool, a powerful one, but these 8 steps, especially those 4 layers of refinement, that's what guides the engine. You have the tool, but without this detailed, process-driven approach, all that power just it just spits out a mediocre first draft.
Yeah, spits out is about right sometimes. The human guidance is what elevates it, makes it actually effective content. The human is the editor-in-chief, the strategist, the QA supervisor, all rolled into one. Your job is injecting that context at the start steps 3 and 4, and then injecting all that human polish and quality control at steps 5, 6, 7, and 8. You ensure it works. You ensure it has impact.
So the lesson really is about the professional workflow. It demands this iteration. It highlights the difference between, say, treating AI like a vending machine for words versus treating it like a collaborator, a very powerful but junior collaborator, maybe.
That's a good way to put it, a junior collaborator that needs a lot of direction and oversight.
If you want to build your online impact, you absolutely need the process, not just the tool.
Which leads us to, I think, a really important question for you, the listener, to think about after this deep dive. If generating something as critical as a landing page requires 4 distinct mandated stages of human review, editing, and polishing, review and edit, last check, polish the output, and edit in HubSpot Refine. What does that really tell you about the future role of the content professional, about your future role? If iteration is the new core skill, then maybe the final question is this. Are you just training your AI to write slightly better first drafts? Or are you actually training yourself to be a more indispensable, more expert editor and strategist? Because that seems to be where the real value lies.
That's the real payoff, isn't it? Engaging in this detailed process. You practice that iteration, you improve the landing pages, sure, but you also improve your fundamental skill set. If you want to dig deeper into this, explore more resources on process-driven AI, definitely look up the materials referenced in our sources. That's all the time we have for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you next time.
Ready to take your online business to the next level? Subscribe to our digital marketing podcast and then join our Accountability for Success Mastermind. With expert advice from industry leaders, you'll gain knowledge and insights that will help you succeed in today's digital marketing world. From social media strategies to search engine optimization, we have all the tools you need. Learn from successful entrepreneurs and take control of your online success. Join the Accountability for Success Mastermind now at bit.ly/AFSM podcast.